Hello, everyone. Welcome to Moonride. This is Dave Johnson, channeling the man in the moon. I want to look at a couple of political issues today. The first one, of course, is lots of people seem to be flipping on Trump. I'm going to just kind of see how that progresses, see if there's more flippers. I also really want to know, are members of Congress who participated in the insurrection, are they going to face justice? Let's take a look first at the flippers on Donald Trump's side. Uh, it's very funny. I'm seeing those old pachinko games with the flippers. That's a joke from the universe. So, what's going on there? Hmm. I'm seeing Navarro's face. And Navarro, he was Trump's lawyer at some point during the insurrection. And he's looking quite nervous. He's considering a flipping because he's just started to realize the implications of the crimes that he helped to commit. It's really like any mafia case. You get one person to flip, and then they will all start flipping because no one wants to be the last person defending a lie. It will be proven in court because you have 7, 8 people who are all agreeing that they committed a crime, and if you turn state's evidence, you'll get a better deal. So that's what he is seriously considering, and he's a really important domino. That is that once he goes, it's all over. There's not going to be anybody of relevance that's willing to lie for Trump. So is he going to? He seems to be nodding his head yes. And there's a trial going on right now regarding this guy, and Navarro, and he seems to, that trial is about him withholding evidence, and this is changing his mind. It's just letting him know that, yes, you really will be held to account. And he's got a lawyer there that's saying, look, man, you're going to lose. You better do something. And the lawyer even seems to be thinking, you better get a new lawyer, right? Like maybe this lawyer works for Trump or maybe he doesn't, I don't know. But it's one of those things where the lawyers for these people don't want to be implicated in a crime. So if you don't represent your client, you represent Donald Trump, that's against the law. And there are a lot of people on edge right now on the Trump team. And one thing that just comes up is they're really stupid. It's just like, what were you thinking? It's like obvious that this House of Cards is eventually going to fall. The arrogance of these people has really come back to haunt them. And Navarro was always a schoolyard bully. He was always the one to manipulate, even from childhood. So he never really has been held to account before. Yeah, he was always a guy that was trying to find the angles to get something for himself, not by any fair means, let's just put it that way. Mark Meadows has already flipped, and Mark Meadows is in a lot of trouble. That is, he may still go to jail. He is going to be, in the limelight, contradicting Trump. It's not then now he'll be getting the death threats. He'll be worried. He's going to have to choose a side, and he's going to choose the side that doesn't put him in jail, that protects him to some degree. So once he goes state's evidence, he'll get some better protections, for example. So what's he going to do, Mark? It's like I see him backing away from the red, right? He's kind of backing into the blue, right? Or the universe, let's just say that. All right, so my next question is about members of Congress, and they've already popped up, and that is MTG has popped up. MTG's really mad and worried. Again, these people, they don't really have the savvy. They don't really have the capability. They think they're smart. That's the dangerous part for them. They think they know what they're doing. They think that these conspiracy theories are true. And so they think that they are untouchable. And I see her being pulled in a bunch of different directions. I think that she has some vulnerability in a bunch of different directions. It's not like right left. It is, like a six-pointed star, and she's being pulled in each direction, and towards each edge. Each one of those cases, for example, is going to sink her. She knows something about Mar-a-Lago. She knows something about the documents and the boxes. She has something to do with that documents case. Are there other cases? Yes. There are phone records on January 6th where she was inside that building and she was giving directions. And she was saying, hey, she's here, this guy's there. And there are these records, and Jack Smith has these records. You'll notice that she's not on the forefront so much as she was. She's kind of getting a little bit out of the limelight. Part of that is because the Republicans just can't stand her, that she's just making them look stupid. But there's also liability issues that she's just starting to realize. Again, this is just somebody who is basically a high school level of understanding of the law, not even high school, maybe a 16-year-old's understanding of how the world works, who has been propelled into this particular position because of gerrymandering. She's not ready for it. And this is a really good thing. When you put foolish people in positions like this, they expose all of the people, not just themselves. That's why the Republicans are in trouble, right? I want to ask about Boebert, Lauren Boebert, because her face has come up too. It's battling Lindsey Graham. So let's take a look at Lindsey first. Lindsey's like a baby in diapers. She's just like throwing a tantrum and, crying and whining. And it's not fair. It's not fair. He's literally like a kid that got caught stealing the candy and is being punished. And he just wants it. He just deserves the candy. It's like he's saying, I did all these things that I was told to do, and I should have got my reward, and now I'm not getting anything. Trump will throw him under the bus if he can, and make him take some blame. So is Lindsey going to tell the truth? Lindsey's going to try to play both sides. He's going to try to walk it through the middle if he can, but he's on the witness stand. He's throwing a temper tantrum. He's really angry. He's super mad that he has to answer these questions. And the lawyers are good enough that they're asking questions that he has to answer truthfully. The judge is actually reprimanding Graham. And he's telling him, look, you're nobody above the law. Yeah, there will be some contentious interactions between the judge and Graham. I don't know which case this is, but the judge is a woman, and the judge is really letting him have it. And one thing too is, Lindsey Graham does not have the political power to threaten judges or talk about them and stuff like that. So he's compelled to tell the truth. I'm not so sure. Let's see about it. Does he tell the truth or not? I see him turning away and crying. I think he's going to have to tell the truth to save himself, and it's the end of his political career. Will he go to jail? I do see a jail cell, but I also see like lots of clouds. It's almost like he's just disappearing into the clouds. So I don't think he's literally going to go to jail. I think that this will be a sort of psychological jail, or the jail of expulsion from the political arena. It will be like he's going off into oblivion. He might be spending a lot of his time fighting off jail time, and having to go and leave the Senate to go and defend himself. He'll be spending a lot of money doing that. I think he will be ruined effectively, and I think he will spend much of the rest of his life on trial and trying to stay out of jail. It will mean that he can't run again, which is pretty much the end of who he is. That's what he identifies as being. Let's see, are there others? Yeah, there are others. I can't think of the name of this creep that I'm looking at. I can't remember his name. We might do a different session on those guys, but sometimes when I do this work, I can't remember all the names that I know when I'm not channeling. Let's see. Is there anybody else that I know about that's coming up? Who's that? It's interesting. I'm seeing the judge that's Aileen Cannon. And there's trouble for her. She's getting smackdown. She's getting told that she can't do those things, that she's obviously biased and what she's doing is against the law. So she's in a difficult position. They might force her to do the right thing, because she's like almost looking at obstruction of justice herself. So I think this is really important that we watch Aileen Cannon suffer the consequences of her failure to do justice here. That she will have to change. Everything she does will be overturned if it is not just. So she is in a difficult position of being realistic and fair. I don't think she wants to be in that position. She clearly does not. So, Spirit, what else could we know about Trump? If these trials are having a great effect on him personally, they are affecting his psychology and health. He is constantly in the state of exploding, and this is just bad for one's heart. So if nothing else, these trials that are keeping him sort of in place and making him answer these charges are having an effect of making him ineffective, right? He is not very good now at campaigning. He's not very good at managing anything because he's always just constantly exploding. He's never been held to account before, but it seems this time he will. He's looking for a way out. I think there's still a great possibility that he will try to escape. Thanks so much for watching.